It's time for the greatest athleticism you've ever seen in your life. The pros and the leagues are shaking in their boots. With all the videos out there of talented bowlers showing their stuff, there's this series, as it is now time to watch me suck at bowling. And I don't know if you saw it, but welcome to the fourth and final game and final period for the month of December 2020, first edition of Watch Me Suck at Bowling from Metro Bowl Leo variant in, Braintree. We're lane 21. The only thing professional we've seen were these bowling balls, the Upbuilt Pro line. The highlight was game 2. We got a 97. And as I said, this will be the last game ever bowled here once we've started up. And if I remember, I'll explain why when we leave. Last game, frame 1, ball 1. I think this has been cut off for at least maybe a game or two. But pin cam is pretty much right where it should be. Ball 2. Ball 3. Well, back to normal. Frankly, I don't care how this one ends. 7. For those of you who like the pin centers, here's the Bullmore in action. Frame 2, ball 1. Ball 2. Because the owner is playing a radio in the background, when it's obvious, the audio will be muted. Just barely under the lob line for the spare. Well, we have the usual and then the unusual. The usual being 7 in frame 1. That 8 in the third game is kind of weird. But then we got a spare in 2. So far we got 17 with El Stinko, the bonus ball. Frame 3, ball 1. El Stinko, the bonus ball. What will this one be? How Masony? Only a 4. Ball 2. Ball 3, at least it's not a curse of the fill. Well, middle finger in this 10 for 8. Frame 4, ball 1. So far, we're not going down in a ball of flames, which the last game of the month usually does. Ball 2. Magnets. Ball 3. I think I know where the screw shot for this game is going to be. Nonetheless, that second ball was a very good attempt at getting a spare. Just got screwed. Risked the lob for a lousy point. Didn't lob. Got said lousy point for 10. Wait a minute, the 32 thing didn't happen. Well, we got the 8 in 3 and a 10 in 4. We got a 39. Frame 5, ball 1. Ball 2. Hey, goalpost.
In spite of that, hitting that piece of wood just right in the middle may be a spare.
Ball 3. For those of you wondering, because we did hit fair wood on the pin plate, any action thereafter till the ball dies counts.
Remember, it's anything goes so long as it hits something valid on the way out.
Well, I screwed that one up royally. We got 9. Frame 6, ball 1.
This is actually starting to look like a pretty good game.
Ball 2. Ball 3. I'm trying to see if that's the middle finger or the kingpin. Because the pin plate matches the lane, it's really hard to tell. Whichever it is, it's still 9. Let's not get cocky. We know how things have gone at this point before. We got a pair of 9s and 5 and 6. We got a 57. Frame 9, ball 1. Or should I say 7? Ball 2. Ball 3. And 7. Frame 8, ball 1. That took skill. Ball 2. It takes special skill to keep it on the plate and miss everything.
Going for the Emily. Nothing in ball 1, everything in 2.
Ball 3. Magnets. Alright, we managed to get 8 out of that train wreck. So the ending may not be spectacular, but it looks like it's going to actually end well. 50-50 split. 8 amongst 2 frames. 7 and 8 in 7 and 8. How coinkydinky. 72. Last frame, ball 1.
Sure about that?
Oh, here I am. Wrong again, frame 9.
That's better. Now let's see if we can end with a big bang instead of a big whimper.
Ball 2.
How I hate the narrow leaves. They generally do not end well.
Oh, that's bad. Ball 3. Didn't that one just suck or what? Just like that, we just needed only 8, and we get 5. Last frame, ball 1. Ball 2. The end all that ends all here.
Nine.
Well, we got a 50-50 here. 2 bad games and 1 fairly good one and 1 pretty good one. However, frame 9 kind of stunk with the 5. We could have hit 90s if we did. Yeah, if we did normal. And after that, we got the 9 and 10, not 10 and 9. And we got 86. Normally, this is where we end the video and say, have a good one. But we got a little talking to do outside. Alrighty. As I said, we're going to end here. I am never coming back to this place. As you know, I like to give very honest and insightful critiques of places that I go. I don't go around and say this place sucks because blah blah blah. Except for Fun Spot, because that just was horrendously bad. But in condition wise, this was not all that bad of a place. It had a few character flaws like any place would have. Like Harvard Lane's, that one, and Tony Harvard knew this, and he took it with a grain of salt and was okay with it. Is the approaches there is like a cross-country run. You're going uphill, downhill, and I've seen more crooked lanes at New Palace. Dave knows, and I've mentioned it. I've seen worse things. I've seen more warped lanes like at Putnam Street, and they know about that, and they don't care, because I'm just mentioning that there's a character flaw. It's not anything that affects it. But this guy running it threatened to kick me out because I made a critique, for which if anybody wants to come here and bowl and winds up on the first 3 lanes, 21, 22, and 23, when you enter the door, that you might want to take into consideration that the approach leans to the right just a little bit, and it might throw your game off for a few seconds. Then you'll get used to it. And then the urethane, well, I'm just not a fan of urethane, but I'm not slighting the place for that whatsoever. And of course, I do a lot of tongue-in-cheek humor about Masons, and they get it. They know that it's all tongue-in-cheek. They know they're ridiculously hard. But because you said anything bad, even if it's just a simple review, you get threatened, literally, to be thrown out. So, Metro Bowl, I'm never coming back. You can't take an honest review. You don't deserve me, and you don't deserve the dozens of people that watch this and may come here someday. So you brought it on to yourself. Sorry guys, but if you can't take an honest review, and none of the little flaws we found were all that bad, then you obviously don't deserve my business. And it goes for another place, and we all know about that, and we'll leave it at that. Another thing that came up, something that happens often in any place, and that guy got pissed. Honest reviews, not bashing the place, but yeah, you can't take an honest critique. You don't deserve my business, and you're not getting it again. And this is the final, and I mean final edition of Watch Me Suck at Bowling from Metro Bowl, Braintree, Mass. George F551 saying, hope you enjoyed. Have a good one, and we'll see you somewhere else, like in the sky. As a car, yeah, good aim.